Meta Llama 4 Fiasco. So Llama 4 benchmarks looked insane, but something feels off because when you try it in the real world, the performance is nowhere close to what is claimed in the benchmarks, which I have seen personally myself. So there was this post on Reddit. This is a original post in Chinese. This is a translation of that. Serious issues in Llama 4 training. I have submitted my resignation to Gen AI. What the person says over here is that despite repeated training efforts, internal model's performance was short of open source sort of benchmarks. Therefore, company leadership suggested blending test sets from various benchmarks during the post-training process because this would improve the performance across benchmarks to get a presentable result. So this is kind of poor if they have given benchmarks. So this person says that I have submitted my resignation and some VP of AI at Meta also resigned for similar reasons. Okay. But Meta has come back over here and they have given a clarification that they have not done any training on test sets. That is simply not true. Our best understanding is that the variable quality people are seeing is due to the need to stabilize implementation. So what they're saying is that they dropped the models as soon as they are ready, but it will take several days for public implementations to get dialed in. So the point is, if your implementations are not going to be fine, why did they even drop the model so early? They could have got everything stabilized and then drop the model, right? So if you look at various people who have tested it, they are saying like, Maverick scored only 16% on the AIDER polyglot coding benchmark. So obviously it did not do well on coding. It could not perform vibe coding tests or tests like this, write a Python program that shows a ball bouncing inside. It performed really poorly on that. Even this post from DD says over here that Llama seems to be actually poor for coding. Both Scout and Maverick underperform 4.0, Gemini Flash, DeepSeek V3, Sonnet 3 on a lot of K-scores benchmark on coding tasks like this. Ashutosh says that it struggles on complex problems. It's not really working on complex problems. And Bindu Reddy says that, Llama 4 Maverick should be nowhere near number 1 or 2 based on real world performance. Whereas on LM Arena, they said that it is number 2. Okay. But even LM Arena has come back and said that Meta's interpretation of our policy did not match what we expect from the model providers. Meta should have made it clear that the Llama 4 Maverick experimental, which was released on LM Arena, was a customized model to optimize for human preference. So because of which, this model really scored well on LM Arena, but not on real world. But LM Arena has said that we are going to release this, 2000 plus head-to-head battle results for public review. This includes user prompts, model responses, and user preferences. Okay, so they have released that. But still, right, if Meta should have made it clear that Llama 4 Maverick experimental was the model which actually scored a high, score on LM Arena. In their official release, they mentioned this particular part. So the Maverick, which is being available on Open Router and other places, that's not performing well on real world use cases. So this is a complete failure on Meta's part, I would say. Right, this is 2024 5. In 2025, they don't have a chain of thought reasoning model. Okay, they are still doing something with your mixture of experts. So they are really lagging behind other open source providers like say a DeepSeek or Qwen. Their models are much more better than say what Llama 4 has come up with, right? And I think Llama 4 is already kind of irreverent. Because why do you want to use this particular model when you have other models which are much more smaller, like a Gemma 27B or even a Mistral Small, right? Which can run on a single GPU and which can do much better than these bigger Llama 4 models. So I find, I'm not going to go back to Llama 4 for any of my future tasks for sure. I think it's going to be tough for Meta to recover from this fiasco. Let's see how it goes.